Well, if you're gonna be homeless, living out of your car, then you might as well wake up to this in the morning. It is definitely cold, but look at these clouds. This is incredible. So this is new. I don't know what they call it, a wooden wall. Not very tall. But they must have just built it with whatever this barge is. But yeah, you used to be able to walk through and then get to the rocks kind of right back there. But this house is being renovated. Looks kind of dilapidated right now. Look at that house. But yeah, boy, even a dump. What a view. You wake up in the morning and this is what you see. It is so cold. If you imagine putting your hand into liquid ice, that's the temperature of it. So one cool thing about Lake Tahoe is that there's a lot of these paths just kind of all over the place. Just dirt paths along the Truckee River, around Lake Tahoe. It's a very outdoor centric location, which is good because there's not much else to really do around here. You know, even living in a car can be pretty miserable. At least if you can find a way to be comfortable sleeping and then fill your time up looking at views, exploring, checking out the areas, you know, it saves you a lot from not having to sit in a cubicle and like just looking at a wall or a screen. I never really knew what I wanted to do with my life growing up. I still don't. I think a hobby of mine would be making these videos, and that could possibly turn into something. I've tried many times, but I've always just kind of got burnt out on it because I figured what I had to say wasn't very important. You know, stresses of life really start kicking in, and I just stopped making videos and stopped being motivated because I'm ashamed of like things that happen, you know, losing a job, going through a divorce. This one, like going back to the car, was a big one. Though it's not my first time. After my divorce, I lived in the car for about a year in Portland, Oregon, and I really was not in a good headspace at that time. You know, Portland, it rains a lot. It's just crappy weather all the time. Well, not all the time, but summers are incredible. But regardless, you don't really have days like where it's overcast like this. It's like overcast and just a downpour of rain. It's not much fun. So after about a year being in Portland, I had a friend that lived in Reno and was like, you know what, let's just rent a house together. And I packed up everything and I came down to Reno on a whim. I sold everything, put what I had left in a U-Haul trailer, came to Reno without a job, nothing. I had just worked in Portland 90-hour weeks to save up enough money to kind of make it work in the meantime, only to get to Nevada and then realize that I couldn't drive in any other states, because in Oregon I could drive Uber in Oregon, Washington State, Idaho, and I thought, well, I could just drive on Uber anywhere, so I'll go to Nevada and just drive there until I find a job. Wasn't the case. So I had to scramble to find a job real quick. Met some nice people though, started working in property management, and it's kind of been like that reoccurring theme for my life here in the Tahoe area. Just something bad happens, and then I don't know, maybe it's God looking out for me, but things just tend to work themselves out. As long as you stay true to yourself, stay away from drugs and alcohol, I think there's always a way out. I just had to hop these rocks to get to this rock. Being a free spirit is like a muscle. You have to train it, and you have to just get used to being around new places, meeting people randomly on the street, and just being more outgoing. Something I'm probably not that good at, but I think I can get there. I think so. So this would be good for me. And as much as I've been putting off like going to a new place outside of Tahoe, this is definitely coming down to the wire here. Because whereas I can manage 30-degree nights, I don't think that the 4-degree nights are gonna work. But perhaps the adventurous spirit is really in us all, and we just need to awaken it. Get out of our comfort zones. Push through. Give yourself that week of going to the unknown and doing something that makes you uncomfortable. I think I forgot about that part of life, because when I was 15, I did my first trip out of the country. It was to Borneo, Malaysia. And if you know anything about international travel, that is like basically a 24-hour flight. And when you get there, the amount of jet lag you have is astronomical. So we get there, basically being up for 24 hours, going through multiple countries, and they want us to get used to the time zone. So they put us on a bus immediately and they drive us to this nature reserve park, which is, you know, probably about 4 miles, a big circle. And we get there and we're walking around and we're all kind of like halfway out of it, you know. And we go around this giant circle, we see all these animals, we see a lot of different exhibits, and we get back to the entrance again. And dummy me, I forgot my water bottle on the other side of the park. And since our leader had told us, make sure that you keep your water bottle on you and hydrate. And by golly, I was gonna do that. So I told one of my friends that I met, because I didn't know anyone on this trip when I was 15. There was about 25 of us. And I tell my other friend Jeff, also my name, that I'm gonna go grab my water bottle. Well, he's so out of it, he doesn't even know what I had said. He was like, oh, okay. And he was supposed to be my partner, so on the bus that, you know, we make sure that we're both there. So he's sitting on the bus, he gets stuck on the bus, and they're taking roll call. And they go, name, Jeff? And he goes, yep, here. And they go, name, Jeff? And he goes, yep, I'm here. So he said his name twice, and so everyone thinks I'm on the bus, and they take off. Meanwhile, I'm running across this park, grab my water bottle, run back to the main entrance, to find everyone gone. And here I am, 15 years old, never out of the country before. I don't know the language. I am, at this time, probably 6 foot tall. So I'm towering over everyone else. I'm this white kid, just totally out of place. And so I don't even know where I'm staying. I just know that where our hotel with the embassy or whatever was in Sarawak, the town. So I think, well, I'm just gonna hang out here. They'll realize I'm not with them, and then they'll come back and get me. 8 hours goes by, and I'm still sitting there, waiting for them to come back. No avail. So they're closing up this place at this time. And they're like, we gotta get rid of this white kid. We know, what do we do with him? So it happened to be that one of the employees was like, I know where this place is in the city, I live near it, I'll take him. So I go with this random employee. We don't understand each other at all. And so we jump in her car, her friend's car, drive for like 30 minutes, get out of the car, get onto a bus, take a bus for about 30 minutes, get out of the bus, and I'm like, oh cool, we're in the city, maybe this is it. Nope. Get out of the bus, get into some random car with 4 guys in it, the girl and me. And this is like a Toyota Corolla, a tiny car with all of us crammed in it. And I was thinking, this is the moment where I die. This is it. My parents are never gonna see me again. I'm halfway across the world. I'm gonna be kidnapped, ransomed, and probably just murdered. So, but I keep going along with it. This guy's driving like crazy. I'm like, well, if I'm not kidnapped, I'm gonna die from how crazy this guy is driving his car. But at least I'm still here. I'm making this video, so that means I lived. But miracles are miracles. They drop us off right in front of the hotel. I walk up to the building and it's all locked. And I'm like, where are they? Little do I know that they went to the city and had a great time in the city, leaving and then thinking that they left me somewhere in the city and not at the park initially. No one even knew. So I made it back. I'm walking around the building and I see someone else in our mission trip. And I'm like, hey, John, or whatever. And he's like, oh, hey. And I was like, what? Oh, hey, that's it? He's like, oh, yeah, you made it back from the city? I was like, no, I've been at the park reserve all day and then spent 2 hours getting here in random cars and buses. and the leader of the mission trip, you know what he said? He's like, Jeff, don't tell your mother this happened, because I promised her I would keep an eye on you. At day 1, you take off and we lose you. So yeah, maybe I have PTSD from that.